Hello, all my stash busters out there. Welcome back to Scrappin' the Stash with Gail, Chronicles of the Craft Room. Today I'm going to show you a layout featuring my youngest son in his first management position with Mission BBQ. And I'm basing this whole layout on this single sheet of the perfect yellow to match my pictures. So let's bring in the sketch that we're using. This is a sketch challenge that I am participating in, and these pictures are going to fit this perfectly. It is a frame style layout with a grid on the right side. Does anyone else out there get hyper fixated on the perfect color match for your photos? That's what I'm doing here with this sheet of cardstock. I'm going to show you how I stretched it to use across the entire layout. Mission BBQ's whole premise is supporting the military and first responders. So I really wanted this layout to have a background, sort of patriotic hometown feel. So I'm bringing in this muted red, white, and blue striped paper. If I'm using a frame style layout like this, I map my layout and map my photos in the same color. It just brings a sense of cohesiveness to the layout and makes your pictures pop even more off the page. Oh my gosh, am I really going to sit here and debate this color now? Now, I didn't really like the yellow next to the yellow in this picture, so I decided to move it to the right side and use it for the mat for the grid that these three pictures and my journal box are going to make. Yeah, I like that a lot better. December's product of the month had this blue color in the paper pack, so I thought I'd trial these three and decided on the top one would match best. This gave me an idea of a way to bring that yellow over to the left side. So I put the blue between the yellow of the picture and the yellow of my cardstock, keeping the black as well as the new blue color. Yeah, there we go. That's right, triple matting. You go, girl. I also want to give kudos to myself for using all my stash papers. None of these papers you see on this layout so far are from the same collection or the same paper pad. Who you gonna call? Stash Busters! And you're welcome for that earworm. Now, here's where the real fun begins. So, I need to figure out how to stretch this yellow piece of cardstock across both sides of the layout because it is the only piece I have of this perfectly matched yellow color. So when I have this problem to deal with, I take my biggest picture, which of course is this hero photo here of the family, and I mat it first. Then what I do is something called gutting out or cutting out the center of the mat. So that way I have another piece to basically patchwork on the other side. So you're basically just cutting out the center of your mat just enough so that your photo lies over the top and you'll never know that there's the back missing. Now, at the same time, with a triple mat, to make it even easier on yourself, just take this frame or the gutted out piece and attach it to the backing or the back mat. And then you can just place your photo over the top. It's a lot easier than trying to place that frame perfectly on the photo. And there you go. You can use this same technique to have an extra piece of matching colored cardstock to punch your embellishments out of. If you do this with your base papers, it stretches your paper packs as well as keeps your scrapbooking albums lighter. And with this slice, I just made more work for myself. So, here in a little bit, I'll show you how I had to rummage through my trash to recoup that white edge. Now, I could have matted it on white paper, but my trash was right there. So, I just dug my little piece of white that I need between those top two photos and pasted it right back in there. Now, here comes the magic. I'm going to show you how I'm going to patch this yellow. So you see how now that I have that gutted out piece, it's going to patch right behind these photos once I mat them on the blue. And you will never even tell, especially once it's in the page protector, that that yellow mat isn't all one piece. So here's where I left off. I had a little trouble with recording, just reviewing what I've added. So this is a cut apart that I thought the guest check was really, really cute. And then these are also cut aparts. I liked the metal part of it and the keys, just giving it just that little bit of masculinity. I did put my journal box in here, so I want to bring the sketch in that I'm working with. You can see the three embellishment clusters, and then there's a large title on the left side bottom. And then there is room for a subtitle, Mission BBQ. Their logo has a star in it. So I thought I would bring in some star elements. So this would be my large cluster up here with a large star and maybe some cascading stars, maybe some a smaller set of stars down here as well as up here. So that's my plan at this point. So we'll see where we get to with all of this. I also have this stamp set that I plan to use. I got this through the membership with scrapbookingcoach.com, and it's got some really cool sentiments. I like this, you got this, plus it's got the star. I've got you did it, way to go, congrats, bravo, no way, dude, yippee skippy, way cool, congratulations. So happy for you, crazy good. So I plan to stamp a lot of these and kind of put them within my clusters on the layout. I also have this oldie but goodie creative memories punch. So if I need to make some more stars, I can do so. Also, what I like about the this punch, because it has two sizes, you can actually make an outline of a star, and that sort of goes through my signature move of using frames, so that the embellishing, you can kind of still get the dimension and still get the detail, but still see what's underneath it. Using the smaller of the two punches, you just punch out your shape and then you have one ready. Then moving your paper over to the larger shape, you just line it up and punch again, and it punches out the outline. Now I made the rest of these stars on my Cricut and stamped this horizontal element straight on the page and stamped a few word sentiments for my clusters. Now my stars were a little too bright yellow, so I used this more mustard ink to do a little bit of ink blending around the outside. I'm using an ink blending tool that I get on Amazon. And also the silicone mat you see is available on the Stampin' Up website. Now I start from the outside and blend into the edges so I don't get round little blotches on my cardstock. This really works wonders to tone down a bright color as well as defining your shapes. Love it. Now this layout is depicting a proud mama moment. I love recording moments in our lives that we're proud of our kids. So, what kind of proud mama moments do you scrapbook? Now, I went ahead and brought in some dark red with my word sentiments by matting them before placing them on the layout. This just really made them pop off of that yellow. And as you'll see here shortly, with the banner on the right side. Now, watching this large cluster come together, you'll understand what was needed with the other two. So I won't bore you to tears watching those, but I'm really loving this. And even this little guy has definition. So here comes the subtitle with the red matting. I'm going to add a little star to it too. And now I just need my title. I'm going to use these alpha dies to create my title. They're just the perfect size for what I want to accomplish. And abracadabra, there's my title. Okay, so I've gone ahead and finished the layout, and I think it turned out really, really nice. I absolutely love how this title turned out. These are cardstock from those die cuts, and I am telling you, that is the way to go. I'm honestly ready to give up my alpha stickers because this was so easy to do, and I will always have letters. I love this font. I'm telling you, I really think stamps and die cuts are the way to go for your alphas. Love mixing fonts on my titles. And so this I actually printed off of Canva and Fussy Cut. Now I know that there is an option to do print and then cut on your Cricut, but I have never been able to get my Cricut to do that. It won't even calibrate. So I do not have that option with my Cricut, but I find it just as easy to do in Canva. I love how these embellishment clusters turned out. Now I did cut these stars out on my Cricut, except for the framed or the outlines. I showed you how I did that with my Creative Memories punch. And I pretty much stuck to the sketch, but I'm going to bring it in here now so that you can see. I've got that large cluster up there in the top left, and then the smaller cluster down on the bottom right of the left side, with the title at the bottom. And then on the right side, I do have that grid, except for I have 3 pictures and a um, journal box. I did go ahead and sort of mimic the subtitle there with my congrats flag or banner. And then I do have the medium cluster up there on the right corner there on the right hand side. So as you can see, I did bring those layered pieces across, but I just chose to use a striped paper. And I'm really, really liking how this turned out. And I hope that this inspires you to use sketches, to try using Canva, to ink around on your colored cardstock when it's kind of bland and maybe too bright for your project. And also start investing in some dies and also some stamps for your alphas. I really think that that's the ticket. I hope that you found this video inspiring, and I'm hoping that you are trying to scrap right along with me using things from your stash to get caught up in 2026. Thank you for joining me today. Keep scrapping that stash. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe and find me on Facebook and Instagram.